I am 30 weeks pregnant with my beautiful baby boy. So I'm 34 weeks today. I am 36 weeks pregnant today. This is 38 weeks with my first pregnancy. Hello everybody, welcome to my third trimester recap. This will be the last one. I am 30 weeks pregnant with my beautiful baby boy, and today is my baby shower. I'm getting ready. My mom and my sister and my mother-in-law are throwing me a baby shower. It is a perfect day for it because it's freezing outside and my theme is baby it's cold outside. So it's gonna be like a fun little winter wonderland, but I'm out of breath. That's my first thing I want to say about the third trimester is how out of breath I am, like literally just standing here talking. But I thought I would just give a little third trimester update, what's been going on so far while I get ready. I just decided that I'm going to put my rollers in first and then talk while I'm doing my makeup because this takes a lot of work. Okay, my rollers are in and we are ready to do makeup. The third trimester, from my understanding, it starts at like 28 weeks. That's what they told me, at least at my 28-week appointment, which that was a huge appointment, by the way, at least for me in my situation. We had to go in and we got an ultrasound, we got a growth scan, so we got to see baby boy, which is always like the best appointment when you get to see them. And I know you don't get a lot of ultrasounds, so that was really awesome that we were able to see him. But then also I had to do my glucose test to screen for gestational diabetes. I am not a fan of blood draws, so I was a little bit scared for that, but luckily it went pretty good. I mean, I didn't pass out or anything, so that's good. I got the orange drink and I was like so nervous for the drink because I hear people say it's like horrible and makes them feel sick. I thought it was kind of good. It just tastes like orange soda but without the fizz and like extremely syrupy. It gives you kind of like a bad aftertaste. Like I definitely wouldn't drink it like leisurely, but I was like, it's kind of good. Like it wasn't bad at all. And everything went really good. Baby boy was measuring 2 pounds 10 ounces at that point, so 2 weeks ago. I think overall he was in the like 70 something percentile, maybe 60. I don't remember for sure because they take a bunch of different measurements and then you can like average out what overall percentile he's in. Like he's got a big head. His head is like 93rd or something, which is a little scary for me. But then I got my glucose results back and I like passed, but I didn't pass by much, I'm not gonna lie. So then this week I went in for my 30-week appointment and my doctor was like, so you passed. He said, but we're kind of switching over to a new model that uses a little bit of a lower range for passing and you're right in between those two ranges. So he's like, I would really like you to come back and do the 3-hour just so we can rule it out. And I was like, okay, I understand. Like I hate getting blood drawn, but like I will do whatever it takes. He was so apologetic. I love our doctor. He was like, I'm so sorry. I truly, like, it was fine. So I just did that yesterday. I still have like the band-aid marks and the bruises. You guys probably can't see that, but it was 4 pokes. So you go in, get a baseline after fasting, and then you drink the sugary drink, and then you do after 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours. They have to like take your levels. And I got my results back yesterday and I think I passed because they give you like your numbers for each one, and mine were all below like what it said it should be. So I'm hoping that that means I passed. And this time around I got the lemon lime drink and I thought it was even a little bit better than the orange. So if you are worried about that, the lemon lime I think they're kind of good. I told the lab technician lady, I was like, I thought it was kind of good and you have to drink it in like under 5 minutes. And I think I drank mine, like I just took a full minute to drink it because I was like, I'm just gonna chug it down so I can get it over with. Ever since I hit 28 weeks, I'm going every 2 weeks. So my next appointment will be at 32 weeks. And then when I hit 36 weeks, I think it is, February 24th, I have to start going every week. So until the little man gets here. But as far as how I'm feeling in the third trimester so far, I still feel pretty good. I feel like these past couple weeks, I can definitely tell that something is different. I just feel heavier. I don't know if it's like a placebo that I'm like in the third trimester now, but I feel like I have felt a shift. Like moving around is starting to get a lot more uncomfortable, especially getting in and out of bed. Like it's a whole like 5-point turn process to like roll over in bed and get out of bed, which I'm just not used to. It's all gonna be worth it. I know. I'm very grateful still for every like single step of this pregnancy. I still feel pretty good. I'm able to exercise and do some pelvic floor. I've been really diving in to pelvic floor exercises. I just think that they're so good. I think everybody should do them regardless of if you're pregnant or not. Every woman benefits from just that exercise and that connection to your pelvic floor. So I've been doing a lot of those and I've been loving it. I can definitely tell my feet if I'm on my feet a lot, they get more swollen. I was a little bit worried about it at first, but if there's days like on the weekends when I can just kind of relax, then I don't notice it so much. It's just the days that I am on my feet a lot that I notice like, ooh, my ankles are swollen. I got compression socks for Christmas, so I plan to start wearing those a lot if I know I'm gonna be like on my feet a lot. I'm still teaching preschool and it's going really well. Honestly, my work is so good to me. Like they give me all of the breaks that I need. There's a recliner I can sit on when I take my breaks, and that has been helping a lot. But honestly, I'm still feeling pretty good. I think I've talked about like the heartburn in my last video, in the second trimester video. It's definitely still there. It comes and goes. There are days that it's like really pretty bad. Yesterday happened to be one of them where I was kind of struggling with the heartburn. That has been definitely a symptom for me. I would just say it comes and goes, but it's manageable. I take a pill for it. I don't remember what it's called right now. It's over the counter. It's not prescription, but it's like specifically for heartburn, and it does help when I take it. I need to remember just to take it in the morning because you can take it as like a preventative thing too. And I need to remember to do that because I always forget and then I regret it deeply when the heartburn hits. Baby boy moves around a lot, which I love that he moves around so much. I love to feel him. He has like active hours. I'm starting to really pick up on like his schedule of when he sleeps. But I'll show you my belly. My belly button is starting to pop out for sure. I'm also starting to get the line that you get. You can't, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it because it is pretty faint, but I am starting to get the line. I have a couple of stretch marks here, but not too bad. I have my body oil right here. I know I talked about this in my last video, but I have been putting this on like crazy, and I know stretch marks are just normal and a part of pregnancy, so I'm just trying to embrace it. But so far, I'm just trying to keep my body moisturized and all of that. I am so out of breath. I cannot believe how out of breath I am. This is just my third trimester video, so I will update you guys probably at 32 weeks, hopefully, if I remember. We do have more appointments coming up, so I'll try to update you. But today's the baby shower, and I'm so excited to celebrate my sweet boy with friends and family. Okay, hi everybody. I don't really remember when I last updated. I think it was at my baby shower when I was 30 weeks, but I am going to try to do short little weekly updates since I'm on that like home stretch. So I am 33 weeks pregnant. I wish you could see it better. Maybe I'll have to angle the camera down just a little bit. I'm 33 weeks pregnant, and this is my first baby. I really don't know when he's gonna come, but basically we are just doing whatever we can to kind of get ready for him. My due date's not till March 24th. It's February 4th today. So realistically, he could be in there, you know, another 7 weeks or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to give little updates on how I'm feeling. I feel very pregnant. I will say within the last couple weeks, I think he's hit growth spurts. They estimate that he's just about 5 pounds now. Which when they just told me that, I was like, what? There's 5 pounds of just baby in here? I can tell now though. Moving is starting to get a little more uncomfortable. Like I just can't move the way I used to. My whole second trimester, I really felt like movement was fine. And now I can definitely tell, like, even the simplest things, getting in and out of bed, rolling over in bed, you know, bending down to pick things up, putting on my shoes, all of that is a lot harder now. But other than that, I still feel pretty good. My ankles definitely get swollen at the end of the day, like especially days that I'm on them more. I am still working at a preschool, so I am on my feet for part of my day. I do get to take a lot of breaks, which has been really nice because I'm hoping to work for as long as I can. But I would say the biggest things are just the uncomfortability of moving and my ankles. I take Epsom salt baths a lot. My friend recommended it to me and now I'm addicted at night. It's like my nightly routine to get in the bath and it feels so good on my ankles. Luckily, not really anything else has been swelling and my blood pressure has been like perfect still this whole pregnancy. So I'm hoping that the swollen feet is just like a normal pregnancy thing. We moved into a new house, so that has been a little crazy too, but I've had so much family help and my husband has been doing pretty much everything. So it's been smooth. I'm in my new bathroom right now. I don't really know where else to film this, but I just wanted to keep it short and sweet. We set up his bassinet last night, so it's like I told Al, my husband, I was like, I really want to set up the things that would be really awesome to have if he were to come super early. Because I mean, realistically at 33 weeks, he could come anytime now. I mean, it's not like I'm not showing any signs of that, but babies come early sometimes, so we're just kind of getting ready for it. The shortness of breath has definitely gotten more intense. It's been kind of, I've been feeling that this whole pregnancy, but I am very short of breath these days, and I even asked my doctor about it at my last appointment. I go every other week right now until February 24th, then I get to go every week because I'll be 36 weeks, but the doctor said that that shortness of breath is very normal at this stage of pregnancy because he's just pushing up on my lungs and there's really nowhere else for my lungs to go, so they can't breathe down as much. This is where we're at right now. I'm running out of outfits to wear. I feel like I wear the same thing every day. I wear baggy cargo pants and a shirt. I usually wear tighter fitting shirts because if I don't, I feel like I just look big all over. I mean, I am big all over, but I've never been like a baggy cargo pants person, so I'm just trying to rock it right now in this phase. We also got the sweetest picture of him. He had his foot up by his mouth. So silly. There's my sweet boy. Other than that, he's measuring a little on the big side. He's measuring 2 weeks ahead. I think overall he's in like the 86th percentile. They measure like everything and then you can kind of figure out like his overall percentile. But yeah, that's my sweet boy. I can't tell who I think he looks like. Al thinks he looks a lot like me, and I see very much both in the ultrasound pictures that we have. But I'll try to check back in sometime within the 34th week. So I'm 34 weeks today. I've been waiting to say that. I am gonna do my 34-week update today because I got up early. I slept really good last night. I actually got myself ready today, which those days are few and far between lately. And I wanted to put on this dress that I wore when I was just about to be 20 weeks pregnant. I wore it to my friend's wedding and I wanted to see the difference because I felt really pregnant in it when I wore it back then. And now it's like, it feels so much bigger. So I'm gonna do a quick little 34-week update. I'm in his nursery right now. We're slowly getting it done. We have things going on here. We painted the clouds on the wall. I think it looks so pretty. But I just had my 34-week OB appointment today and baby is head down. They think he's gonna stay that way. Hopefully he stays that way. I feel pretty good today though. I have energy today. Yeah, I don't know. Today's a good pregnancy day. I think it helps when I obviously sleep good and wake up and like kind of start my day instead of rolling out of bed uncomfortable. It kind of sets the tone for the day. So I think I'm gonna try to get to bed earlier this week, wake up earlier this week, because today actually I feel really good. My ankles are a little bit swollen. I'll show you in real time, because these socks are not compression socks. So when I roll them down, you can see the beautiful swollen ankles. Here's what we're working with. I love my bump today. I feel like it's nice and round, and I'm just embracing it, embracing these last few weeks of pregnancy. I feel like this update has been a little more cheerful than the 33-week one. I was pretty tired that day, but I will update at 35 weeks. I'm gonna do a very quick 35-week update from here. No shirts are fitting anymore, but that's okay. We just make it work. I feel pretty good pregnancy-wise. This whole week I was sick with a cough and congestion, and that was not fun at all. I think it should be illegal to be sick when you're pregnant, because I'm already uncomfortable now and peeing every 2 hours. Then on top of that, I'm coughing and blowing my nose all night. But today I actually feel really good. And my belly button is definitely starting to become an outie, which I think is cute. But today is Saturday, and I do actually feel good. I think I got him sick. Sorry, babe. We have the bassinet set up. It's been set up for a few weeks, but it is surreal having it bedside, just in case he comes really early, even though he's not allowed to. But honestly, I don't really feel any different between 34 and 35 weeks pregnancy-wise. Like I said, the beginning of this week was really rough for me, but pregnancy-wise, I feel pretty much the same. Feet are still swollen. I feel like everything is swollen. Now we're just going over to a friend's house for some dinner, and this is what we're working with right now. The belly pops out, but it's kind of cute. I'm gonna try to film this really quick because I'm running out of daylight. Not that it totally matters because I have his lamp on, but I am 36 weeks pregnant today. It feels like literally just yesterday I was filming the 34-week video. I have this little one piece on. It's been a beautiful day here. It's like 50-something degrees, which for Wisconsin in February, that's really crazy. But we are big. I just had my 36-week doctor's appointment today. Now I'm gonna be going every single week until he's here. Blood pressure was still really good. They did my Group B strep test and my first cervical check. I am like 1 centimeter dilated, and he said like 50% effaced. He could feel the top of baby boy's head. He said it was right there, but he like isn't, his words were, he's not locked and loaded and ready to go, but that can change very fast. So we'll see. He said that cervical checks obviously like tells me what's going on right now, because that could change literally overnight. So he kind of gave me the things to watch for. I don't feel like I've been having any contractions or anything like that. So we're just gonna keep on living life. I feel pretty much the same as I've been feeling. Still definitely big and like starting to get, you know, I'm not starting anymore. I am uncomfortable, but it's tolerable, you know, like it's all worth it, and I'm still feeling pretty good. Finally feeling better. I think I said in my 35-week update that I was pretty sick last week in the beginning of the week, but now I feel much better. Out of breath as usual. Something new that did kind of pop up this week is my hands, like right here on the side of my hands, have been feeling kind of numb, and like when I first wake up in the morning it hurts a lot. And they said that's, I think it's called an alder nerve. There's a nerve that goes through here that when you're pregnant, I guess, when everything swells up, it changes things, and it can be kind of sensitive on that nerve. And I sleep like with my hands like this, so it's probably pinching something. But when I wake up in the morning, my hands hurt pretty bad. So the doctor said that's probably what it is, and I can get a brace if I want to. I don't really want to get a brace, but from the back, I feel like I still feel like myself from the back, which is funny. I was just thinking about the other day. From the back, I still feel like me. Then you turn and it's like, boom, there's baby. We're still hanging in there though. It feels really good to be on this journey with him. I have started packing my hospital bag. There's a lot that I don't want to pack until like it's time, but I wrote down a list of everything we want to pack. So that's exciting. But yeah, this is 36 weeks with my first baby, my son. Feeling very grateful to still be carrying him. Hi guys, I'm going to do a 37-week update while I feel pretty good today. And I thought I couldn't get any bigger, but I feel like I just do every week. He is estimated to be in the 86th percentile and estimated to be 7 pounds 12 ounces. We did have a growth scan this week on Tuesday, and he is looking good. He's looking big. He was like not very happy to be seen. He looked a little bit crabby. I think he's running out of room, so that's fine though. I feel like he's running out of room also. Something kind of, well, I had my cervix checked again on Monday at our normal OB appointment, and I was still like maybe 1.5 centimeters dilated, still the same, like 50% effaced. So nothing has really happened. But then on Wednesday, I lost my mucus plug. And at first it like freaked me out because I lost it and then I was having cramping. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, is this baby coming like in the next couple of days? But no, the cramping has stopped, and losing your mucus plug doesn't really mean much except for the cervix is kind of getting ready. It might be dilating a little more. That might have been what I was feeling. It might be thinning out. So on Monday, when I'm 38 weeks, I do want to get checked again. And I will update if there is any update. But that's been the biggest thing this week, is losing my mucus plug. But other than that, it's pretty much the same stuff. I'm still swollen in the ankles. My fingers get a little bit swollen too. I'm out of breath. I'm tired. I'm uncomfortable. I can feel him like pushing against me. I don't really feel baby kicks much like I did in the beginning. It's more of like, I feel like I can feel him tossing and turning and then like pushing. Like I keep getting like right here. It hurts pretty bad when he like pushes. I take Epsom salt baths like nightly for my feet, and it really does help. It helps me sleep too. I am still working as a preschool teacher. I'm really hoping to work up until I deliver, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I really do feel overall okay. Just uncomfortable here at the end, but that's pretty much expected. Today's Saturday, and I do feel like nesting is in full swing for me. I cleaned the carpets today. I've been trying to be here in his nursery cleaning and organizing some things. Oh, I do want to show you this really quick. We made this little basket for the nurses. I am getting my hospital bag packed, but I want to bring this along as well. It's kind of just like a little thank you box that they can keep at their nurse station, and it's blue themed for us having a boy. I'm gonna write in the card just how grateful we are for everything that they're doing for us. And I have like some muffin bites, some coffee if they have a Keurig, a variety pack of little cookie bags, some gum, some Jolly Ranchers, and then I just have 2 bags of Doritos for snacking, and some Celsius, and some Red Bull, and then Cliff Bars for them. There's some Cliff Bars here, and then some little mini ones down here. We're just gonna bring this to the hospital with us, and I just want the nurses to know that, like, I appreciate them. I don't know what labor's gonna be like for me, but I really am gonna try to keep my nice spirit about me. I don't know how well that will go when I am in pain, if it gets to that point. But I saw some other moms doing this idea, and I thought it was a really good idea, so I have that done. We are going to be putting our car seat bases. This one is the car seat with the base, and this is just the base. We're going to be putting them in the car this weekend, just so that we have it ready to go. We're not going to put the car seat in it yet, just the bases, and then I have the mirrors, one for each car, that we can put up. So we're getting ready for that. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we meal prepped. So I made like some easy meals that we can just throw in the oven for when baby's here. But we also did breakfast sandwiches and some breakfast burritos. Sorry, my camera just cut off. But I have like high protein breakfast sandwiches and breakfast burritos. That'll be easy for both of us just to like throw in the air fryer or in the microwave quick for when the week that baby's here. Yeah, we are getting stuff set up, trying to kind of get ready for in case he comes. He's not really due for another 2 weeks, but I'll be 38 weeks on Monday. Today's Saturday, so I'll update you at my 38 week mark. Hoping to update you right after my appointment on Monday so I can see if I dilated anymore after losing my plug. Hello everybody, we made it to the 38th week of pregnancy. I'm gonna do a quick update, but I did make notes in my phone this time because I feel like the last couple of updates have felt a little bit rushed. Like by the time I actually sit down and record it, I just kind of freeze up and like forget what to say. So I feel like my last couple have just been the same thing, like, oh, my feet are swollen, blah, blah, blah. So I actually made notes this time. So I am actually closer to 39 weeks at this point, but of course the weeks always catch up with me. I am still working at a preschool, so Monday through Friday for me is pretty busy, pretty exhausting. By the time I get home, I don't really have the energy to like be present. But it was my goal to just keep working, and my work has just been so awesome. They give me a lot of breaks and I can elevate my feet when I'm not with the kids. But I do want to start off with the fact that yes, my feet are still swollen. I have some really crazy swelling going on. Today it's not so bad because like I'm not at work and everything. But it used to just be, you know, at night I would have swollen feet. It's definitely like an all-day thing now. I'm still able to wear pretty much all of my shoes. There's just certain ones that are definitely not comfortable and then certain ones that I like to wear. I like wearing my Hokas because they're very like comfy on my feet even if they are swollen. And I've been wearing my white New Balances a lot because those are also pretty comfy even despite my feet being swollen. But I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but my wrists are starting to hurt pretty bad. Not like all day, but when I wake up in the morning, even if I wake up like to pee at a crazy hour, my wrists hurt really, really bad. Like I have to like go like this and kind of stretch them out a little bit because they really hurt. And I did bring this up with my doctor in the past with some like numbness I was experiencing on the side of my hands. And he just said like with the water retention in my arms and stuff that nerves get pinched. And I do sleep like with my wrists kind of like up like this. So I think it's just with that water retention, it's like really hurting. But this morning was pretty bad. I woke up and my wrists were like, oh, I had to like sit there and go like this for so long. That's another thing that I've been feeling that I think is pretty normal. It's just one of those things where it's pretty painful, like I can't lie. Like my hands are like not super swollen. They're a little more swollen than normal. I did stop wearing my wedding ring just like this week. And the reason being, I used to take it off at night and then make sure it could fit again in the morning. And there was one morning that it was real hard to get on, and then I saw a video of this girl having to get it like cut off. And I know that they would probably fix it and everything, but that is like my biggest fear, is having to get my ring cut off. I feel very bare without it because I'm the kind of person where I don't take my ring off ever. Like I shower with it, I do everything with it because I'm so scared to lose it, but it's off now. And the next note I made was about hiccups. Baby boy gets hiccups all the time, which I know is normal at the end. It's a good sign that his lung function, he's like trying to kind of use his lungs a little bit, but he gets them definitely like 3 to 4 times a week. He just had them last night. And for so long I thought it was kicks, but then I realized like it's a very consistent like boom, boom, boom. Like you can almost like predict when the next one's gonna happen. And it's definitely hiccups. But I kind of like when I feel them because I usually just rub like wherever I feel it the most. I'm kind of like, it's okay, baby, like it'll pass. I try to talk to him a little bit. But yeah, baby hiccups have been fun. It didn't just start this week. It's just I've noticed that this week in the 38th week, it's been definitely like a little bit more. Something else really exciting this week, I started pumping, and I'm kind of in the phase where I'm doing things to try to get things I've been walking a lot. I've been doing a lot of ball exercises. I mean, I've been trying to walk and do ball exercises this whole pregnancy. But on top of that, I've been eating some pineapple. I have been pumping, which is really cool. And I didn't know what to like expect from pumping. Part of it is just good to get like my breast pumps out and like be really comfortable using them. Being a first-time mom, I've never used a breast pump, so like it was kind of new territory for me. But I've been getting a lot of colostrum, which is so exciting. I've been saving it in syringes for him and freezing it. But it's been really cool to actually get something. The first time I did it, I took off the pump and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like liquid in here. I guess I was just expecting it to be like droplets. I wasn't expecting it to be enough to do anything with. But I'm gonna keep on doing it and try to keep on collecting that colostrum as much as I can, because I know that it has many different uses for him once he's here. We had a little bit of a scare, not really a scare, but a false alarm, possible water breaking situation happen this week. And I'm actually kind of embarrassed about it now, but I was at work on Thursday, so 2 days ago. Yeah, today's Saturday. And I felt like a gush of fluid. And, you know, to be fully transparent, like, you get discharge when you're pregnant. Like, that's very normal. So the first time it happened, I didn't really think much of it. I remember like thinking that was kind of a lot, but like whatever. Then it happened a second time and I was like, okay. So it happened again, and I looked down and like I could see that it had soaked through my pants. And I was wearing lighter colored like maternity joggers from Old Navy. So I was like, okay, well maybe it's just because these are lighter colored pants that I can like see through it. And in my head I'm kind of thinking, okay, if it happens again, I'll just like message my doctor and just like let them know, because I didn't really know if it was just normal discharge or like what it was. And it happened again. So I'm at work. I luckily have this app that I can like just message my doctor's office through. So I did, and I just kind of explained the situation, and I even said in the message, I was like, I feel a little dramatic messaging, but I just want to like make sure, because I have heard that water breaking isn't always like a big giant gush. Like some women just kind of leak or like it trickles out. So I just wanted to like be sure. And before I could even like open any messages from them to reply, they were calling me, and I picked it up and they're like, hi, we got your message and we really want you to come in just to make sure that it's not your water breaking. If it is amniotic fluid, we really want to have you admitted, and we want to get your baby out within like 24 hours if it really is your water breaking. So at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of like real, you know? Like in my head, I was thinking, oh, they're just gonna tell me like, it's normal, it's normal. And she even said, she's like, do you have a hospital bag packed? And I was like, yeah, we have some stuff packed. She's like, I would bring it just in case. So I left work. I actually ended up not bringing my bags because at that point Al was at work, and I kind of told him just to stay put, and like I wanted to make sure that it was real, and he could have came home from work and got my bags and stuff. He would have to do something with our dogs anyways, so I didn't really like think I needed to bring the bags. Well, I get there, I didn't even go to labor and delivery. I just went to my normal doctor's office, and they told me they would admit me to labor and delivery if it really was amniotic fluid. And my doctor is on vacation this week, so I saw a different doctor, and you know, they get me in, they're like, we're just gonna check. We have a strip test that we can do to test the fluid. If it turns blue, I guess it means it is amniotic fluid. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like laying back, you know, and she goes, have you had intercourse recently? And I don't know why it totally slipped my mind. Okay, so that's probably what this is. She goes, however, we should definitely still test it. And at that point, I'm sitting here like, really? I was I was a little bit embarrassed, but she's like, the doctor was very sweet, and she's like, no, it's good to have it tested still, because you never know. And it was not amniotic fluid. But yes, that was another thing I wanted to mention here, is I had a little bit of a scare, and I call it a scare, but I really wasn't like, in my head, I wasn't thinking that it was my water breaking. I kind of just wanted to be sure, and I'm happy I did, because now I know. Other than that, we got our car seat bases officially in each one of our vehicles, so that was exciting to get done. And like, we're pretty much ready to bring him home. I mean, as much as we can be. There are obviously things that we don't know yet, but we're pretty much ready to get him home. The weather has been getting nicer here. I live in a place with very brutal winters, so the weather being nicer has been such a blessing. And along with that, I wanted to talk about my pregnancy timeline, because in one of my other update videos, I can't remember if it was first or second trimester, I mentioned that I felt like my pregnancy timeline was so awesome and like so ideal. And I wanted to give an update on that my mind has changed. I do not love this timeline. I don't think it's the worst, but it's also not the best, and I'm gonna explain why. So I got pregnant in like end of June or early July. I really honestly don't even know, but I found out mid-July, right? And then I was pregnant, you know, all throughout the fall, and then my due date is at the end of March. And I thought it was so great because I had such an awesome fall, and I had a cute little bump when it was like Halloween time, Thanksgiving time, Christmas time. I had those 3 big holidays with like a cute baby bump, but I wasn't uncomfortable yet. But then January and February hit, and maybe if I lived somewhere that the winters weren't as intense as they are here, this timeline would be absolutely perfect. But I live somewhere where the winters were rough, and January and February were really, really rough for me. For one, it's just really cold here, and I have to dress, you know, in layers, but it's hard because at that point, that's when I started to really get like big enough to where like not even my shirts were fitting nice anymore. And so finding an outfit every day was really, really difficult because you have to dress in layers, but all I want to do is just wear like a big comfy sundress. That would have been so amazing if I could have been at that phase, but in like now, like if I were to do it again, I would try to have a May or a June baby if we can kind of plan it, because then yes, you're not heavily pregnant for the summer, but you're heavily pregnant when the weather's like nice in the springtime. Because for me, it's like just starting to get to that point, and I'm like ready to go here soon. But it would have been nice the last 2 months of my pregnancy to have that kind of nice weather. So trying to find outfits, dressing in layers, like you pretty much have to wear pants, and being, you know, 8-9 months pregnant is not fun at all. I'm just now getting to start to wear fun dresses, and I'm like, this is the life. I wish I could have done this a couple months ago. And also shoes, like I really wish I could just slip on some shoes like sandals or even like Crocs or something like that, but I had to wear shoes every day that gave me good traction because there was a lot of snow and ice here, and I did almost slip a few times, and it was kind of scary because I would just slip on my like, I have these like UGG knockoff like slip-on slippers, but they have like, you can wear them outside, but they had no traction. So walking in my driveway, I almost slipped a couple of times, and I just like, you have to walk so carefully everywhere you go. So then I started really wearing like winter boots, and getting winter boots on and off with a big belly is just so not fun. So I think the March delivery timeline is great if you live somewhere a little more southern than I do, somewhere where your winters are like cool and cold but not freezing with a lot of snow and ice. So I told Al, next baby I really want May or June. I think that would be awesome. I really don't want July or August here because I know like the humidity and the heat of the summer would not be fun either. I am excited at least that with my baby I get to have like the summer and the weather's getting nicer, so we can go out and take a lot of walks and like get outside and do outside stuff a lot, and we'll have the summer together. So I'm grateful for that. But as of right now, I do not love the timeline I had. I always hyped it up and said how perfect it was, and my mind has kind of changed. But that's pretty much it for the 38-week update. I would say overall, I'm still feeling pretty good. Like overall, like I could sit and pick apart all these little things about pregnancy that are starting to get really, really uncomfortable. Like sleeping is just, I didn't even mention that because I feel like that's a given at this point of pregnancy, but sleeping is rough. I'm up a lot, I'm tossing and turning, but it's so hard to toss and turn. Getting in and out of bed is hard. I'm sitting on the floor now and I cannot sit on the floor for that long. It's gonna be uncomfy. But I'll show you the baby bump. I'm wearing a cute little dress today. Whew, this is 38 weeks with my first pregnancy. My son, Al, is at work right now, so I am just lounging around the house and trying to get my feet up and rest my feet. I do really, really love my bump. I love my belly. I feel very, very cute. I honestly love being pregnant in the physical aspect. I've never felt more beautiful and more empowered and loved my body more than I do right now, honestly. So maybe he'll come soon, or maybe I'll have a 39-week update. We'll see. Hello everybody, welcome to my 39th week of pregnancy. Whew, I am honestly feeling good, and I just really want to start out with just saying how grateful I am to my body. I've been really trying to think about all of the great, good things that my body has done for me. All of the changes can be pretty hard, especially at the end here, when you just feel so out of your own body and you just kind of don't really feel like yourself. Obviously, I feel swollen everywhere, not just my feet anymore, but I'm so grateful to my body for carrying this pregnancy, my very first pregnancy, for carrying my son's life for these past 39 weeks. I just really want to cherish that, and I don't want to overlook that. But tomorrow is actually my due date, so I'm 39 weeks and 6 days today. But I kind of like doing these updates at the end of the week, because then I can kind of talk about like what happened in the 39th week. So I just want to start off by saying I overall feel pretty good for being 39 weeks pregnant. I'm still working at the preschool and trying to stay active and take walks and do all of that. But I'm gonna start by talking about my 39-week appointment. It was on Monday, so it's been a bit since then. I was offered a membrane sweep at that appointment. From my understanding, most people are offered it starting around that 39-week appointment. It's also called like a membrane strip or a strip and sweep. And just like anything, you know, it has its pros and its cons. It has its risks and its rewards. And I truly, just something in my gut just didn't feel right about it. I ended up declining it, but I am considering it for 40 weeks at my next appointment. And if I do end up getting it, I'll let you guys know how it goes. I would rather do that than get induced, but I would obviously rather not do any of that and just have him come on his own in the perfect world. Unfortunately, my cervical check did not really show anything new. I've been at like 1.5 centimeters since 36 weeks, so there's really not much progression happening there. But I'm trying to not feel defeated, and like I said, I'm trying to live with gratitude for my body and for what my body's doing instead of think about the things that it's not doing. But I know that things can change overnight, but there's really not much progress happening with baby, with tomorrow being my due date. But even a due date, you know, I'm learning it is just an estimate, and most pregnancies, first pregnancies, do go over. So I'm just trying to take it day by day and not, you know, compare my situation to other people's and all of that. But as far as what I have been feeling new this week, towards the start of the week, I had some pretty bad headaches. And at first it made me like a little bit nervous for preeclampsia and stuff like that, because I know that can be one of the signs. But the doctor said that they really weren't concerned because my blood pressure has been consistently perfect. I think it was 112/72 at this last appointment, and I really don't have anything else that would point to that. And the headache, even though it was bad for me, I'm just not somebody that really gets headaches. It wasn't as severe as it sounds like preeclampsia headaches can be. Medicine was able to, I took some Tylenol, and that made it feel a lot better. I did leave work on Tuesday early because it was just like pounding, and I've been good about that with working up until my due date to just listen to my body, and if I feel like I need to take time to rest, then I do that. But another development this week, something not so great, not that a headache is great, but this is really something that's kind of unexpected. I'm pretty sure I have what's called a PUPPP rash, and the letters that make up PUPP obviously stand for something. I can't name it right now, but it is just basically like a rash that can develop not just in pregnancy, but it's really common in pregnancy, because what kind of causes it, from my quick read and listening to other people's experiences, is just when your skin stretches so excessively in a short amount of time, it causes like an inflammatory response. And I started off the week just with having a really itchy belly, and then it developed into like these red bumps, kind of like hives, and I couldn't really even see it because it's at the, I'll show you guys, but it's at the bottom of my belly. So like when I look down, I don't see it, but I took a picture finally underneath, and that's when I saw it, and I was like, that doesn't look normal. So I'm gonna try to show you. Obviously I have stretch marks and all of that, but what I'm talking about is the redness under here. But that has not been fun. I have never really experienced anything as itchy as this in my entire life. I've been trying not to itch it. I've been trying to just leave it alone, but it's obviously hard to do. What makes it feel a lot better right now is like a cold compress, or I've been using an ice roller on it at night, and that helps the itch a ton. I've also been using hydrocortisone cream with aloe in it. Unfortunately, hot water, I've discovered, triggers it to like flare up. So my lovely baths for my feet and my ankles have been no more because I don't think it's helping this at all. Luckily, my swelling has not been horrible this week, but this is my 39-week pregnant baby bump. I do still love my bump. I will say, as much as I love pregnancy, every day I get more and more ready to meet my son and to hold my baby. And this journey of pregnancy is very soon going to turn into a journey of motherhood, and I think we are both ready for that next step. It'll always be hard for me to turn the page on my first pregnancy, but I'm ready. I'm ready to hold my baby. I'm ready to see what he looks like and to get to know him on a personal level versus what I know him as right now. But tomorrow we are 40 weeks, and I hope I have a 40-week update for you in the same breath. I would love it if he came tonight and my water broke, or I had contractions or something. I've also been washing and styling my hair more, just in case we get a little surprise visit. I'm usually a once a week like hair washer, and then I just touch up the style, but I've been trying to keep up on it a little bit more in case we gotta go fast, because I do not want to have like day 6 or 7 hair going to the hospital. Hello, it is Monday, March 24th. Today is my due date. I am 40 weeks pregnant today. I wasn't sure that we would make it here, but now I'm thinking we'll make it a lot further. I just wanted to give a little quick update. We just got back from my 40-week appointment, and I ended up doing a membrane sweep. So I'm just going to be vlogging today to kind of document my experience with the membrane sweep. It is very different for everybody that does it, and for some people it sends them into labor, for some people it does nothing. So I'm just going to take you along on my day and kind of give you guys updates with how it's going. It's about 4 o'clock right now. I had it done probably about 3 o'clock, 3:15-ish, somewhere in there. So it's been about an hour. But the membrane sweep itself was really not that painful. I know a lot of people say that it's extremely painful, and I think it is different for everybody depending on the position of your cervix and everything like that. For me, it was just a lot of pressure. It kind of felt like a cervical check with just a little bit more pressure probably. I am still 1.5-ish centimeters dilated, so really not much has changed for that in the past few weeks. But luckily he was still able to do it. He was honest with me that it wasn't like the best membrane sweep he's ever done, but he was able to do something, and it definitely can still work. To be honest, I feel like it's not going to work if you were just to ask me how I feel, just based on the circumstances. I know everybody's different, so I'm trying to keep an open mind with that, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope that things are just gonna happen on their own. The doctor also did pretty much confirm that I have the PUPPP rash, and he called in a cream for me to put on. I think he said it was a steroid cream that's really supposed to help, because it itches horribly. It itches so bad. Last night I was up trying to fall asleep, but it just itched so bad, and I'm trying to not, because I know that that's going to make it so much worse and make it more inflamed. But yeah, as of right now, We do have an induction scheduled for 41 weeks. So it'd be a week from today. We would go in at night and they would start me on, I think he said they would start me on Cervidil to see if my cervix will kind of do anything. So they like to usually do that overnight and then kind of see how that goes. Really do not want to be induced. So I am hoping to do everything I can this week to hopefully get baby boy here all on his own. But I am happy it's scheduled. And I know that I still don't even have to go through with the induction. Like, I know the induction is my choice. You know, when looking at, for me personally, when looking at the risks of going over 41 weeks, I'm just happy that I have something scheduled. That way I'm on the books and I can feel good about that at least. I don't know, to be honest, I don't feel great about having an induction scheduled because I really don't want one, but I am just gonna go with my gut this week. I'm gonna really listen to myself, and you know, I can always call and voice my opinions about that, but it's scheduled at least. So that's pretty much it from the appointment today. They also tested me just to make sure that I wasn't leaking any amniotic fluid, because I had mentioned that I had felt some gushes this week, and you know, they weren't huge, but I had mentioned it and I didn't want to go in again to get anything tested, but they tested today just because I had an appointment anyways, and it is not my water, so that's good to know. But as far as how I'm feeling right now, other than like, I feel like a little bit weird right now, just like having a date on the calendar for an induction was a little bit crazy to me. I mean, I don't know why it's like making me in a funk. I'm just gonna try to trust it. I'm gonna try to trust my gut. Other than that, how I feel physically after my membrane sweep, I feel pretty good. I'm feeling a little bit crampy right now, which is normal. Like, even if it doesn't work for me, I probably will experience some crampiness, maybe even like a little bit of bleeding. But I'm actually gonna try to get out and go for a long walk, because I know that like a membrane sweep paired with exercise can kind of help kickstart things. So I'm gonna go for a long walk before we have some dinner, and I will update after that, or I'll just update throughout tonight and tomorrow, letting you guys kind of know how it's going. Hi guys, it is now about 9 p.m. and there hasn't really been a ton of movement. I went for a mile walk and that felt really good to get out and get active. Then we came home and made dinner, and all throughout this time the cramping that I was experiencing had pretty much stopped, so I figured that had just been like fresh from the sweep. But then it did pick back up again. I am cramping still. I would say it's a little bit more intense now. It kind of feels like when period cramps are like at their like, when they're like pretty bad. That's kind of like not a good measurement, because everybody, I feel like, gets different levels of period cramps. For me, I would describe them as when you're like having a day of like bad period cramps. So it's nothing that I can't function through right now, but it's like there. And I don't really know what contractions feel like, but I don't think this is it, because it's not like coming and going, it's just kind of there. I do also have some like mucusy discharge. I know the only people watching this video are going to be like women and people who are interested in this kind of stuff, but it's still sorry if that is gross to you, but I'm having some like thick mucusy kind of stuff. But that's pretty much it so far. Nothing crazy. Just gonna hang out here for the night and we will see what happens. I'll update if anything crazy happens yet tonight. Otherwise, I'll probably just update in the morning. This is not the update I thought I'd be giving right now, but we are here. We're gonna be having a baby probably today or tomorrow. 40 weeks and 1 day. And I will share more updates later. See you soon.